How serious is Ford about taking on Tesla? The 100-year-old company has gambled the Mustang brand on the success of its new four-door electric crossover. Have they lost their mind? We put the new Mustang Mach-E to the test on this episode of Driving Sports TV. It was only a matter of time before the big three automakers took electric cars seriously. Sure, GM gave us the Bolt, Nissan did pretty good with the Leaf, and who can forget the Mitsubishi i-MiEV? Actually, I would like to forget that one. Some of these were fine cars, easy to own and economical to drive, but none of these vehicles have managed to turn people's attention from the defining brand of the moment. That is, of course, Tesla. Enter the Ford Mustang Mach-E. That's E for electric, of course. This is a practical and attractive electric with the range and performance metrics necessary to win over some Tesla enthusiasts. But is it enough? The model we're testing today is the mid-range premium all-wheel drive trim. That means it includes some features that just make the daily experience more comfortable, like a heated steering wheel, panorama sunroof, and acoustic glass. Regardless of trim, each Mustang Mach-E can be optioned with a selection of battery packs. These span from standard with rear-wheel drive all the way up to extended with all-wheel drive. The model we're testing came with the 68 kilowatt-hour standard pack with all-wheel drive for up to 211 miles of target range. Rear drive trims include one electric motor. All-wheel drive trims include two, making this the higher performance option with 266 horsepower and a monster 428 pound-feet of torque. Keep in mind, this is a mid-range model. The upcoming GT Performance version will see up to 480 horsepower and 680 pound-feet of torque when it is available later this year. In the front is a storage cubby good for a carry-on suitcase. It measures at 4.7 cubic feet if you remove all the organizing bins. Premium trims include hands-free power liftgate. Inside, you'll find up to 29.7 cubic feet of cargo capacity. Fold the second row down for up to 59.7. This makes it very easy to carry larger objects. Under the adjustable height floor is a charging cable and a tire compressor. You also get a 12-volt jack. Opening the back doors is a push-button affair. No standard pullers here.
You know, the second row is actually quite good. We have this massive panorama sunroof, which lets in a lot of light. It's rather gray outside, so it doesn't look like it, but it does, trust me. And this seat is where I would be sitting normally, and I have tons of room with my knees. A little less with my feet, but it's not too bad. Down here we have USB sockets, USB-C and the old style. And over here we have an armrest with cup holders.
Since everything in this car is all new, they also redesigned the pull to open the door from the inside. Of course they did. Moving up front, and the Tesla influence is apparent. Just look at that screen.
Up front, Ford has clearly done their homework. And by do their homework, I mean they went down and looked at a Tesla and then basically did the same thing. Although there are some elements that I like better here, I like that we have this little display up here, which gives me all of my essentials. It just seems like it's a natural place for it to be. And I also like how much they've integrated into this console. If I just click on the little car on the top left, I can change my different drive modes. I can change camera views. There's different parking stuff. There's a parking aid I can turn on and off. There's also active park assist, which I can unlock. I can look at charging information, driver assistance, and even put it in a valet mode. I can also modify sound, Sirius XM. I can change my positional audio with that really cool effect there. Click on this and I get my driver assistance, which is a lot of stuff. This comes with adaptive cruise control, speed limit assist, lane keep assist, pre-collision assist, rear view camera delay, I can turn on a delay, cross traffic alerts, blind spot information, reverse brake assist, driver alert, auto hold, and of course traction control. It really is the full meal deal in terms of active safety. And then below that, I have the option for all my heating and cooling. These are kind of cool looking, a little sluggish. I would like them to be instantaneous. They are not. There's a slight pause when I click them. but they are easy to read, easy to use, and overall this system experience is positive. I actually do like it. And then of course it has lots and lots and lots of apps. Charge EV, dynamic parking. Let's see where the next closest EV charge is. Okay, got a few around here. That was easy. Navigation. Can use voice prompts. Find the nearest Starbucks.
Please choose. Here's what I found. You can say set as destination.
Set as destination.
Starting route to Starbucks. Obey traffic laws. Be alert and use voice commands while driving.
Okay, let's go ahead and kill that. I can even click Apple CarPlay, and I have my choice of USB-C or old school USB connections up there. Plug it in, and instantaneously we have Apple CarPlay. Would you like to enable? Yes, please. And then from here, I can pick wireless CarPlay or USB only. Let's go ahead and do enable wireless CarPlay. And we also have a charging pad for compatible devices. The seats are really comfortable. They're like your traditional Ford seat, and they have 3 stages of heat. Visibility is pretty good. That C-pillar is a little bit on the thick side, but of course they have driving aids to be able to assist with all of that. I think in general, I like this. The materials are nice. It looks modern without being ridiculous, and everything falls to hand nicely. Okay, well, let's go ahead and take it out and see how it drives. And hopefully we can beat this snowstorm that is rolling in. Admittedly, driving this thing is a little bit like driving the future. Oh, is it smooth! There's 3 different drive modes: Engage, Whisper, and Unbridled. We're going to try a 0 to 60 in 2 of the modes, Engage and Unbridled, because Whisper, who cares? You can get this new Mach-E in various different configurations, with smaller or larger batteries, with 2 or 4-wheel drive. This one is smack dab in the middle, and you're looking at a price of around $50,000. And I have to say, you actually get quite a lot for 50 grand, including all the different active safety stuff. It's also really comfortable with some nice amenities. I mean, the leather-wrapped steering wheel is a nice touch. It's not like they wanted to reinvent things here. They really took what they knew how to do, build a comfortable, competent car, and then they just kind of wrapped a Tesla around it. Let's turn on cruise control, and let's see, cruise control on, hit set, target speed, and now I can change my distance as well as turn on lane keep. Now when lane keep is enabled, I get a little green. Is it green or is it going to be blue? It says it's ready, so I'm going to take my hands off and we're going to let this thing steer for itself. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm at 9 seconds. It really wants me to put my hands on the wheel. Okay, put the brake on, it automatically shuts that off. It's not like what Tesla advertises as autopilot. Of course, autopilot isn't really a thing, not in 2021. People just use it as such, and that's dangerous. Ford, being a large car maker who to this day does have to be very careful about liability because they're not Elon Musk, they are a lot more cautious about what their vehicles can do in terms of autopilot. Love the way this thing feels. The handling is very positive. Throttle speed is instantaneous because, of course, it's an electric car. Electric cars are great because they have 100% of maximum torque at 0 RPM, and you feel that whoo as you lay in. And right now I'm just in engage mode. Let's switch it over to unbridled and see how that changes things. Oh, I get some little new graphics up here. I have fake engine noise. Cool, I guess. Ooh, the brakes are very positive. Now I can drive this in one of two ways. Traditional, which is the way I like it. You can also do it with one-touch driving, where basically you use the throttle for everything. When you're putting the throttle in, you go. When you take it off, it brakes. I don't particularly care for that. I know some electric car enthusiasts are really fans of it, and that's great. Turn that on, and now I put the gas on. Yep, gas feels normal. I take my foot off the gas. Oh, and now it's braking. Okay, yeah, not a fan of that. Let's turn that off. You know, the power is quick. Now, this is not the fastest version of the Mach-E that you can currently get. You can get a faster version still that also has more range. This one being the mid-range, I think it's kind of a sweet spot for what one can anticipate this type of vehicle to provide. It is quick enough to be fun, has enough distance that you're not going to be too worried about, range anxiety. We have 110 miles left on this out of the 211 maximum range. But it is cold out, so we do have slightly reduced battery, and that's fine. I mean, honestly, 110 miles, I could probably drive this in a week outside of my mountain jaunts, of course.
Electric car enthusiasts know that the charging tech and network are just as important as the car you choose. Nobody will argue that Tesla doesn't have an amazing network in place. To accelerate their move into this space, Ford has partnered with Electrify America's 13,500 charging stations to provide a log-in free charging experience with the Ford Pass application. That way, it keeps all your billing information on file. All you do is plug in and charge. Using a DC fast charger, the Mustang Mach-E can go from a 10 to 80% charge in only 45 minutes. You can use the included level 1 charger in a pinch, but it can take several days to get a full charge. The level 1 cable is for emergency use only, like here at our office building where we still don't have a fast charger installed, but we're working on it. The Ford Pass app can also use your compatible mobile device as a vehicle key. In addition, it gives charging status and maintenance information from any location. But chances are, personally, I would just use the standard key.
I'm not going to take this vehicle into the mountains, and the reason is ground clearance. This has just over 5 inches of ground clearance, and that is just not going to do. I clearly would break something. So instead, we're just going to do a slip test over here and see how this all-wheel drive system responds in various drive modes. Okay, first we're going to try engage. There you go. Nothing really to do here, just put it into drive. Remove e-brake, and 3, 2, 1, go. What? Okay, that's quick. Okay, that was just engage. Let's see if unbridled is any more potent. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, I like this. I could get used to this. This is now unbridled. Let's turn off traction control, which is right there. And here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. What? Woo! Dude, so much power. Oh, I love that.
What's interesting in this final test is just how rear-wheel drive biased the unbridled mode is, and how willing the vehicle is to spin its wheels. This is a very exciting result, which also means, yes, you can slide it.
Now let's move on to 0 to 60 testing. I've got high hopes. Oh, let's go ahead and turn traction control back on. Looks like it's re-enabled itself. Yeah, it's a little slick. The snow is starting to stick a little bit, so this will be a little slipperier than usual. And we're going to have this time in engage. And 3, 2, 1, go. Everything flies back. That's a little smooth, but not thrilling. We're looking at 6.62, 0 to 60. Now, keep in mind that is just the engage mode, which is just the normal kind of, well, normal mode. Now let's switch it to unbridled and see how that does. Complete stop. 3, 2, 1, go. Mercy! And that smooths out on top there. And we're looking at 6.59. I would have honestly had expected it to be, well, quicker. But that is kind of, I guess, the good and the bad of electric, is it always feels faster because of all that torque you get down below. But once you get up to speed, it kind of smooths out a little bit. Oh well, there's that. It's still really fun to drive. I mean, we're looking at a 2.43 on the 0 to 30. That's pretty quick. If you've been waiting for a mainstream car maker to offer an electric car that finally makes sense, I think this mid-range Mach-E totally makes sense. If I was to get a Mach-E, it would be this configuration, because I don't need absurdly fast in a daily driver. I also don't need necessarily like plus 300 miles of range. 211 miles of range I think is just fine. Even if I lose some battery cells, that's okay. And of course you can charge it very quickly using Ford's charging network. So yeah, overall, I think this is really a quite good little car. And yeah, it's not cheap, but yeah, you will never have to buy gas again. Is it worth it for you? Totally depends on what you're looking for, what you're willing to spend, and if you're ready for that electric lifestyle. For Driving Sports TV, I'm Ryan Douthit. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed our first look here at the 2021 Ford Mustang Mach-E 4. It is an all-wheel drive electric car that is really fun. I really enjoyed this. I just wish it had a little more ground clearance so I could have taken it off-roading, but oh well.